Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Data Dialogues podcast. Today, we'll be chatting about 6 quirky houses you won't believe exist. And I am your host, Larissa Bedgood. I head marketing here at PGM. And with me today is Michelle Taves, VP and Group GM of our Data and Marketing Group. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you. I'm so excited to join you. I think this is actually version 2 of Quirky Homes. So
I
really
think
excited
so.
to dive in here. This is so much fun.
Yeah, we always have a lot of fun. I have, for those of you listening, I do have a series of Michelle-related podcasts I'm queuing up on what's in the attic and more quirky houses. Yeah, stay tuned. To kick us off, some people have decided to build homes that are anything but ordinary. Houses shaped like bubbles, airplanes, or even cows. And speaking of houses, ding ding, that's my transition to what we do here at PGM. We're not out there building bubble houses or tree houses, but we are in the business of understanding homes and the people in them. We really dig into property data, consumer insights, and all those little signals that really tell us how people live, when and where they're moving, as well as insights into the home. So this could be windows in need of repair, roofs or electrical systems not up to par. We cover all of that data. And basically, we really turn houses into data stories that help brands and insurers make smarter decisions. Before I begin, Michelle, I'd love for you to add any of your thoughts here on some of the property and house data that we have.
Yeah, I'd love to. You did such a great job. Let's see here. What can I add on? I think that one of the things that we're really concentrating on, if you follow us at all over the last couple of years, is really being able to help people to understand distinct property information. There's a lot of public information out there today. And what we're really looking to do is to add on to those insights so that people have more information, really particularly about the inside of the home is where we specialize in and where we're truly unique. Think of being able to understand if the electric wire needs to be repaired, being able to understand what type of piping is in the house, being able to understand if there's any kind of like water intrusion damage and where that intrusion damage might be. These kind of things really give almost that additional golden signal on what's going on in the inside of the house for so many different reasons across marketing, across insurance, across financial. And we're just really excited to be able to talk more about it.
I love it. You're not all here to just hear about data. We have a pretty fun episode for you. And in this episode, we're celebrating the weird, the wonderful, and the wildly creative 6 quirky houses that prove home sweet home doesn't have to mean boring. So with that, I'd love for you to kick us off, Michelle, with the bubble house.
Absolutely. So the bubble house is actually located out in France. It was built in 1975 by a needy Lovag, an architect, who wasn't technically an architect, which I find so interesting. No formal diploma. He created something really unforgettable. If you see it, it almost reminds me of Star Wars a little, if you're a Star Wars fan. But the place is over 1,200 square meters. It has 10 suites in it. Each suite is decorated by a different artist. So instead of one consistent design theme, you really get all different kinds of styles. Every room feels like stepping into a totally new world. The outside looks fantastic. It looks like a whole bunch of bubbles with curved walls, no straight lines. The glass and concrete design makes the house blend into the landscape like you're half indoors and you're half outdoors. Staying here isn't just about sleeping. It's about experiencing the art, the architecture, and all of the nature all around it. And you could go check it out if you wanted to. So much fun.
I love that. I don't know if I'm going to hop over to Cannes, France anytime soon, but I will throw up the picture in our video podcast portion of this. And it's really cool. It does remind me of a sci-fi Star Wars type of theme. This next house, again, you'll have to check out the picture. We'll pop that up on our video portion. It's called the Steel House. It's in Texas, and it looks something a little bit futuristic, some might say, but really to me, it looks like a giant cow.
I was thinking it looked like a giant bird, Lois. So that's
Okay,
funny that you
yeah.
say cow. We both went the animal route, but yeah.
Yeah. For me, when I had first seen this, it made me think of the nursery rhyme. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe, but I guess it's more like a cow or a bird, as you mentioned. So it's a very unique looking house. It's called the Steel House, as I mentioned. It's in Ransom Canyon, Texas. It was designed by an artist and sculptor by the name of Robert Bruno. He started building it in 1973, and he actually kept working on it for over 2 decades, right up until he passed away in 2008. And really, the name, the Steel House, says it all. It was made from 110 tons of steel. And Bruno, like
That's a lot
he
of
was,
steel, Larissa.
it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. A lot. He was very hands-on too, because he shaped and welded it all himself. And the design, as we mentioned, we thought it looked like a cow or a bird. You can think of like lots of curves and crazy details. Really, it's just like living in this giant living sculpture. So even though you're imagining this really heavy, cold, steel looking structure, which it was, he did really make it feel warm and inviting, which I find intriguing. I'd have to check out the inside, I think. And really today, the Steel House is just still, it's a local landmark and a reminder of what's possible when you are willing to gather 110 tons of steel and weld it together. All right, what do we have next?
Okay, so this one is fun. It's out there in Poland and it's called the Crooked Little House. It actually looks like a haunted house to me. Like, again, no straight lines, everything is really flowing, and it looks like it is completely crooked. You would think it would fall down. It looks like it's melting. The walls bend, the windows twist, and the roof line drops and dips. Can you imagine having to replace that roof?
Yeah.
Like, that would come up as a roof repair replace every single time with Home Factor.
Absolutely, it would.
Yeah, it was built in 2004, and the architects were inspired by the illustration by Juan Sanger. I hope that's how you say it, in the children's book. And if you look up the house on Google and check out all the video podcasts on YouTube, you're going to see that the whole building literally feels like a children's drawing just came to life. Another one that would be super fun to see the inside of it, to see how if they tied the inside of it with the outside of it. It's about 4,000 square feet. It's a really popular tourist attraction, as you can imagine. And it has shops, office space, restaurants, bars, as well as the Polish version of the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh, that's
We'll have
great.
to go there sometime, maybe.
I know, it's really interesting. I have no idea how they can make it with so many twists and turns like that. It does. It looks like a haunted, melting. I don't know if it's necessarily a children's drawing, maybe, but to me, it just looks like, yeah, melting and haunted.
Yeah.
All right, another strange structure. This is the airplane house in Lebanon. So imagine living in an airplane, because this house looks exactly like a giant airplane that's basically parked in the hills of northern Lebanon. And from a distance, it looks like a giant Airbus, it's the Airbus A380, which is actually the world's largest passenger jet. But of course, up close, it is not a jet, it's actually someone's home.
And I think those are one of the jets that have 2 stories, right? Like they have, I think it has an upstairs and a downstairs.
Yes, I have seen them on planes. Or on movies. I've never actually been on one, but yes, I think you're right. So the idea came from a local couple that they're living in Australia, but they wanted to build something that was completely different, unforgettable, and I guess they did it. So the 2-story house, so yes, you were right, Michelle. It has wings, a tail, engine, and even 41 little porthole windows. It's a lot of window cleaning. A lot of windows in need of repair that our Home Factors data may pick up on.
Yes, I wonder.
So inside, there's a what you would expect in a home. There's a living room, bedroom, and even a little spiral staircase. So you're basically, it's like boarding a flight permanently. You're just never going to leave the runway. That's great. Okay.
Okay, next we have a treehouse. So I am all about tree houses. I actually love some of these treehouse concepts. I don't know, Larissa, if you've ever followed it, but they're starting to really become good Airbnbs. A lot of people are starting to like
Yes.
Airbnb some of these out. This one's out in British Columbia. It might be the closest you're ever going to get to living in a fairy tale. There's a little resort called the Free Spirit Spheres. And yes, the rooms are giant spheres hanging from the trees, hanging from the ropes. Each one is handmade, crafted with the same techniques you'd use to build a sailboat, which makes it round, sturdy, and surprisingly cozy. So it reminds me of a little nest in the treetops. I do, as I think about this, I do wonder if all the little creatures come in the little nest, right? And what that
Yes.
experience would be. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
You
I
are
agree.
suspended very high in the trees, swaying just slightly. So you really do feel like part of the forest. Now, some of that might be super fun, some of that might be super scary. So I don't know if I personally would be one to go and check out this treehouse, but for those that are adventurous, probably more than I, it does sound like it might be a lot of fun. Step outside of your sphere and you're surrounded by towering evergreens, but don't step too far or you're gonna fall.
Okay, I have to say, I do. I love the idea of treehouse Airbnbs. I've looked up like several of those, like glamping and so forth. These fears, though, literally, it's like just hanging on a, oh, it's not just one rope, but yeah, they're a little precarious, maybe.
The ropes don't look, when everyone gets to see the picture, like the ropes don't look super like heavy.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. And then they do
yeah.
have an opening. Like it has an opening, like anything could come in. So it'd be interesting to see like if that closes. With I would need more information before I would
Yeah.
go to Airbnb for sure.
Okay. Obviously, I have to bring up the nursery rhyme, like "Rock-a-bye, baby, in the tree top. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock." And then I think the bow breaks. So just
Yeah, that's not good. That would not be good.
okay, I am absolutely obsessed with this next house because I've always wanted to live in a Hobbit house. I love Lord of the Rings. I love the movie The Hobbit. When I saw the movie, I was like, I am going to have to check out the Hobbit houses at someday. And now you can.
I was gonna say, I actually learned that you can actually go see it and walk through it. Like they're there.
Oh, it's just, they're so cute. But these particular Hobbit houses, it's called the Hobbit House. It wasn't built by the movie studio. It was actually built by a photographer named Simon Dale. And he basically just wanted a simpler, more sustainable life for his family. And he built this house in just 4 months with some help from his friends, his father-in-law, and literally just over $5,000. So I think that's doable.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So the whole thing is tucked away into a hillside in Wales, and it's a truly eco-friendly house. The frame is oak that he gathered from around the forest. The walls are stone and mud, and the insulation is made from straw bales. I'm totally thinking of the Three Little Pigs house now. I think that's the exact things they used. He used lime plaster on the walls, recycled wood for floors, and he also scavenged materials for the plumbing, wiring, and windows. Michelle, lead in for home factors again. I don't think that the
Well, yeah, we can detect plumbing, but this one I got a feeling is a little more about handmade plumbing. I don't know. It would probably be a flag for sure.
yeah, it would be a flag. We have a lot of plumbing indicators, plumbing materials. We do not have an indicator for scavenged materials for the forest, so we would just flag it as not up to par. In addition, though, this house has a skylight that brings in daylight, solar panels, water
Nice.
comes, yeah, water
That's
comes
a
from a
lot for
spring.
$5,000, you know?
It is, exactly. I get this. The fridge is cooled by underground air. I don't love the toilet though. It's a composting toilet, so I don't know. Feel I'm good. I'm good with modern plumbing. And lastly, the roof even collects rainwater for the garden. Cute. Wow. And I guess that brings us to the end of our cool little quirky houses. Really, that is proof that home sweet home doesn't have to look ordinary. Again, Michelle, we're going to tie this back to our amazing PGM and home factors data. And this is what we do. We've covered some quirky little houses here. And at PGM, we also uncover the unexpected. It might not be a bubble house, but as we mentioned previously, we do uncover the data that's hidden inside homes and, of course, the people that live within them. And we turn those details into insights that really help brands and, of course, insurers reach people and underwrite properties and risk when it matters. So on that note, thank you all for joining us on our little adventure today. Until next time, keep an open mind, keep it creative, and as always, stay data-driven. Thanks all.